Hey everybody, Matt from Red Paw here. So today we're going to do a workshop tour of the space that I've been in for the last 4 years. I'm actually going to be moving the workshop soon, so it's the last day in the workshop. We might as well do a tour, and of course, I'll give you a tour of the new one too once I moved everything in. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to start right here at the front door. This is where you enter in. I've just got random projects on the back of the door. Over here, I've got some stock products and a couple random projects down here. And immediately over here to the right, I've got all of our in-stock products that are smaller, like accessories, like the fanny packs, the dog backpacks, all this stuff, and just all in various crates here to keep it easy. And then I've got a little bit of lighting and a bunch of junk up here, some foam and Apex insulation. And then right here in this massive wooden chest, which isn't mine and I won't be bringing it, but I've got a lot of pattern storage, a lot of shipping storage. I mean, my patterns, I've got too many. It's getting out of hand. I mean, I've even got them hanging out here. So I've got various backpack patterns sitting out here on the sides. And then here is our cutting and fabric station. So this is our cutting table. It's funny, man. This is so cheap. This is just two of those 8x5 or 8x3 tables, and I have two of them linked up on risers, like just like this, and that gets it to the perfect height. So when you're standing, you're not hunched over and hurting your back too much. And then in each of the corners here, I've got all sorts of foam, all sorts of fabric rolls. I don't know how many fabric rolls I'm at now. It might be 50 plus. And then here's a custom built fabric rack that I built. I actually built this in Boulder before I moved back to Florida, and this thing is just exactly what I need. A little bit of foam storage, a little bit of miscellaneous storage right here for various pieces that are finished or not, or ended up getting scrapped but were too good to throw away. And then here is a massive amount of fabric rolls once again. Again, this is complete disarray and chaos because I'm moving, and I won't lie to you, it's kind of like this a lot of the time too. Here's my webbing cutter, boxes of buckles, all sorts of stuff like that. And oh, I guess I should show you this. I mean, this is the day bed. I was non-negotiable. I had to keep this in here, so I just started stacking stuff on top and more patterns, more fabrics. I mean, these are the sleeping bags I use to stuff the backpacks. It is just a chaos zone. And then under the table, I think this is important to highlight. Under the table storage, under your cutting table, is kind of a critical piece. So I have three of these um, large plastic bins for various fabrics and also the scraps. So I have this, and I'll show you the other side too. But it's so nice to have something like this right under your table, including like your measuring and marking tools. Like I like to keep that right there so it's easy to do. And then here, let's flip around to the other side. Down here, I've got even more of those drawers and more bins, more scraps, all that kind of stuff. In fact, the entire underside of the table is full to the brim of scraps and extra fabrics, random bits and tools and stuff I need here, like a Dremel, and I've got my iron, and I use a spray bottle to wipe off chalk, that kind of thing. This orange piece is actually a table extension for the Juki, and I might show you that too. So yeah, that's a big work area for me, is this little corner. It's where I spend a lot of time cutting, marking. And so then now we're going to go over to the sewing mega desk. Let's get that in its full glory. It's a big desk. And once again, I've got more of these storage bins. This is miscellaneous tools. And then I've got like my seam sealing tape, some buckles that I use frequently, all sorts of little bits. And of course, a trash can. I didn't clean up for you guys, but man, oh man, you just mix so much trash with sewing. So let's go over to the main station here. You can see this extension of the table. This is on the tank, aka the 1541 Juki. And this is the machine that I spend most of the time working on. I mean, this is how I make all my backpacks, is this machine. So I figured I'm going to have long panels. So I added this wooden extension with an HDPE sheet right here. It's kind of coming off. There's even scraps underneath. But this is just a awesome way to add space to your working space on your table. I mean, it flips up and down on a hinge. Can't beat that. And of course, I've got the 5 Architect light here. I have made a video on that. I absolutely love those. So now we move on to the main desk space. So it turns out you do a lot of computer work running a small business. You think you'd spend all the time sewing, but that's not necessarily true. There's a lot to be done. just in terms of managing your website and helping customers and that kind of thing. So yeah, I've got dual monitors. I've got a proper fancy looking gaming PC, that kind of thing. And then under here, I have my most used notions and components, important documents, and then all these crazy plastic bags is all the stuff that I like to keep separate, but really, really close because I use them basically every day. So I've got like all my webbing cut for shoulder straps or for a sternum strap, or I've got various buckles and cord locks, that kind of thing. And of course, that is right underneath Steve Singer, R20U53 made by Singer. I use this exclusively for elastic binding and using zigzags. So this little binding plate is on here all the time. This is a really great machine. And then let's go over to the real mess. This is the beast, aka the bar tacker. You'll notice I have all sorts of junk here on both sides of the table. The bar tacker's been broken for a little bit, and I need to take a little time to figure out how to fix it. But this is a great machine when it's operational, and I've got all sorts of webbing and other junk. And this is actually a new project I'll be making a video on in the future too. Then we're going to rotate over to our color map wall. This is where Ninja, aka the KingMax 9010, our needle feed with the direct drive motor. This is what I use a lot for the quilts. For really as much as I can, that's a little more light duty. This is an awesome machine with auto thread cutting. I've talked about it before on podcasts, etc. It is an awesome machine. So yeah, so I think let me give you the full 360 spin here. What the idea was setting this space up was to be able to have my office chair roll from my desk to every single machine. And I think this is a great setup, and I'm probably going to replicate it. And now let's see, what did we miss here? Oh, okay. So the next thing we missed is I have a bunch of roll goods here. So this is all my mil-spec webbing. And then this crazy chaos of a rack. This carries more webbing up here at the top. So even a pickleball paddle here, but the rest is really all various apparel fabrics. So I have stuff to make shorts, to make pants, to make rain jackets. I mean, it's all here. And then I've got a little bit of extra tool storage, a little bit of component storage. Here's my electric rotary blade cutter and some weights. I actually use those for cutting. And yeah, this is chaos, and this is going to have to be reorganized, but it's a fun shelf because of how crazy it looks. And then here in the corner, I've got some thread storage. So some of this is really, really nice Gutterman thread, and some of it is vintage thread I inherited from my grandmother, so I intend to keep it. This board with all the pegs also came from my grandmother, so that's a fun piece, and I think it adds a fun aesthetic. And then over here, I'm obviously, you can tell I like trying to use vertical storage whenever I can. So on this end of my desk, I have singer-songwriter, aka the Singer Heavy Duty. This is on here because I use this so much. Then there's also a little tower here with all threads and different components that I like to keep handy. As well as right here, I've got some sewing tools, like I've got binder feed, I've got awls, I've got watchmaking tools, I've got a little bit of everything, 3D printer pen. It is just a chaos zone, but it is actually stuff I use all the time. And it's really nice to reach up and say, oh, I need to refresh my stickers for shipping out packages. So there it is. And yeah, I think that actually concludes our tour. And I think it's fun to see other people's workspaces. I know that's something I've always looked at and really appreciated when people did, because it helped me set up my space in a way that I was excited for. So yeah, I hope this is helpful for you. I'm going to be laying out the workshop in a new design, similar desk setup, but it's going to be in a whole new space. So I figured this would be a good little memory to keep sake of the Tarpon Springs office for Red Paw Packs. Thanks for watching the Red Paw studio tour. This is our last day in Tarpon Springs, Florida, with all the machines here. And I just thought it would be so fun to show everybody this space that I've been working in for the last 4 years. It's really a treat, and I am looking forward to the new space too. I've been working on renovating that and getting that ready to go with new ceiling fan installs, with all sorts of new paint. It's going to be really fun, and I can't wait to share it with you. So thanks for following along on the journey, and I'll see you in the next one.